Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about Anglo Saxon literature. Anglo Saxon literature. English literature can be studied under two heads: literature before the Norman Conquest and literature from Norman Conquest to the period of Chaucer. The period of the period before Norman Conquest is called the Anglo Saxon period. It is also called the Old English period. The Old English period dates from 500 to 1066 AD. During this period, Beowulf was the only important Old English literature. The author of the literature is not yet known, and it is the oldest epic in English language. Beowulf talks about the adventures of the hero Beowulf. He fights against a ferocious monster named Grendel. The monster is destroying the country for 12 years. Beowulf is hired and he kills the monster. Next, he fights against Grendel's mother, and in the fight, he is killed and he becomes the national hero. The other important poets of Old English period are Caedmon and Cynewulf. Caedmon was a monk. He wrote biblical and religious poetry. Cynewulf is another Old English poet, and his important work is Dream of the Road. Christ was another an important Anglo-Saxon poet who is equally important as Cynewulf. Anglo-Saxon poetry is noted for the scared subjects, love for the sea, adventures, and alliteration. King Alfred wrote prose in Old English period, and he is called the father of English prose. He also wrote the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, which covers the history up to 1154. In Old English period, there were four dialects spoken. There were West Saxon dialect, Northumbrian dialect, Mercian dialect, and Kennet dialect. The most important characteristic features of Anglo-Saxon literature is they used metaphors, similes, alliteration, kenning, and repetitions often in their poetry. And most important plot structure of the Anglo-Saxon poetry is there was a fight always between the paganism and Christianity to show the strong belief of uh, God. In short, Anglo-Saxon literature began as an oral tradition. Stories, poems, and songs were told aloud and passed from generation to generation orally through minstrels, which means peoples. Poems traditionally had a strong beat, alliteration, and had known rhyme scheme. Caesura, which means a pass, is often seen in Old English poetries. Kenning is was also often used, which means to recognize. Thank you.